Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Wellbeing ritual. Today we're going to do some yoga and we're going to do Anahata Chakra. So we're working our way slowly up through the chakras. On Tuesday we did Manipura, but today we're up to the next level, which is the heart chakra. So the heart chakra is the midway point between the chakras. There are 7 in total, 3 above, 3 below. The heart is the center. So as you can imagine, because of that, it's a lot to do with balance. And it's everything to do with love. When we're in the realm of Anahata Chakra, heart chakra, the color is green, and it's about a devotional love for yourself, a devotional love for others in your life, and a universal love, the essence that we truly are. So it's whenever I teach yoga, I tend to find myself either doing heart practice or hip practice. Those, for me, are the 2 most prominent areas that we want that intelligence to rise to the surface and be felt. And so what I was going to say, you need to have a couple of cushions with you for today's practice. We're going to do 20 minutes, and by the end of it, you're going to be so totally connected to your heart. So your day is going to unfold in the most beautiful way possible. That is the plan. So let's start by settling in. So come to a seated position, however is comfortable for you. Let the eyelids drop. And gently feel into the inhalation and the exhalation. So we kind of draw a little map of where we're starting, where the practice is starting today. How is our breath feeling? And we're breathing in and out through the nose. And if you're comfortable with it, Ujjayi breath, you have a gentle vibration as the throat contracts very slightly, allowing you to be more sensitive to the movement of the breath, in and out, up and down through the throat. Anahata itself translates as the sound made when without 2 things striking one another. So it's a vibrational thing, and as I've said many, many times, the heart space is electrically and magnetically profoundly stronger than any other area of the body. So they're drawing reference to the incredible power of vibration that comes from the heart. Okay, let's take some shoulder circles. I'm not going to spend too much time circling. Let me just feel into how those shoulders are doing. And take your arms up high, cross elbows, and take a little lean from side to side as you wake up the side body, wake up the diaphragm, maybe bring the arms a little bit further back. Take another nice deep breath, and as you inhale, feel your tummy expand. And as you exhale, draw your tummy back in towards your spine. And then bring your arms down to your side. And we're going to start up standing or up on your knees. What you need is a table or a surface that you can place your hands on. So I'm going to turn my back to you to show you this. I can do it kneeling down because I don't think I can get the whole of me in the camera if I stand up. But basically, you're going to take your hands onto a surface, get to a position where you're away from that surface, and then let your heart drop down towards the earth. I'll try it standing up because it's a much more natural way of doing it. Hopefully you can still see what I'm doing. So hands are on the top of a table or maybe a fireplace, stepping a little bit further back, letting the sitting bones move back as your head hangs between your arms, and breathing into your heart space here. And you can play around here, you don't have to be completely stationary. Take a little wriggle. It usually feels very, very lovely in the back. I hope that it does for you. And then soften the knees and slowly come back up again. And we're going to come back down onto the floor. And this time with all our cushions. You're going to create a little bed for yourself. So have some support behind your head and also some support behind your back, up at the level of the shoulder blades. So you want something that comes to about here. And then you're going to sit down with your legs straight out in front of you. Pillows are really great because they're exactly the right length for this. And you're going to lie back, and the aim is to create enough height through the spine or through the chest so that you get a sense of the shoulders opening up and the front of the chest opening up. And you also want your head to be supported. So those cushions are quite small. I'm going to add a little bit more. Well, that feels so much better. So my head is actually lower than my heart, but I feel completely supported. And actually I prefer it with my knees bent. So you might have your knees together and your feet apart, your knees bent, and then just lay your arms out to the side. So you're creating this safe and lovely structure to just help open out the front of your chest. It's like the opposite of looking at a screen. And as you breathe, you might get a greater sense of the diaphragm and the tummy working with your breath. See if you can feel into that inhale, inflating like a balloon, and the exhale drawing in towards the spine. And the mantra that I would naturally devote to Anahata Chakra: I am loved, I love, and I am love. Here comes another sneezing fit. Okay, take your hands down to your side and come back up to sitting when you're ready. We'll move those cushions to one side. And we're now going to lie on our tummies. Just change the screen so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we're going to lie down on our tummies. And just walk your ribcage a little bit further forward. So the pelvis is heavy on the floor. You're just going to kind of wriggle your ribcage forward and lay yourself down. You can bring your arms to your side. And then you're going to walk your feet slightly further away. Forehead can come down to the floor. And your arms are going to come alongside your body, palms facing upwards. As you inhale, you're just going to draw your fingertips back towards your heels and let your heart rise a little bit up off the floor. Tiny, tiny movements. And exhale as you come back down. Inhale, let the hands draw back towards the heels. And exhale as you come back down. And again, inhaling as you come up. Exhaling as you come back down. Take your hands either side of your chest and you're going to press into the hands and sit back on your heels. Forehead to the floor. Okay, and then inhaling, walk your way forwards again, lying back down on your tummy. And you can take your hands either side of your chest. Pull the shoulders away from your ears. Press the pelvis into the floor. Push into the hands and inhale as you come up into a little baby cobra. Wriggle the heart a little further forwards and exhale as you come down. And now bring your arms back to your sides. Bring your feet together. Press the pelvis into the floor. You're welcome to repeat what we've just done. Alternatively, as you inhale, you can lift the heels, lift the heart, lift the arms. and take some breaths. Exhaling as you come down. And let's repeat that 2 more times. So as always, we're trying to create length. We're trying to create spaciousness. So anything that feels pinchy or uncomfortable, we just move away from that. Hands either side of your chest, press down through the palms, sit back on your heels, stretching your arms out in front of you. And you're going to walk your hands over to the right, drop the forehead to the floor, let this left sitting bone push back. Maybe you can take your right arm alongside your body, so it's just your left arm overhead. And then inhale, walk the hands back to center. Take a moment in center to neutralize the spine, and then walk your hands over to the left, pushing the right sitting bone back. And again, maybe the left arm comes along your side. Maybe it's just the right arm overhead. And then walking your hands back to center. Looking straight ahead. So you're looking along the line of your mat. You're going to slide your hands forwards. Keep your chest down so your bottom comes high. And you're looking along the line of the mat. But that might be uncomfortable on your neck, in which case drop your forehead. Do whatever feels good for you. You're definitely staying away from anything that doesn't feel good. Press the palms into the floor. And just get that beautiful stretch down through the front of the diaphragm, the front of the torso. Opening up the heart space. And then coming up onto all fours. Hands beneath shoulders. Knees beneath hips. And we'll take a moment to come into cat and cow. Let's start the cat and cow from the tailbone. So as you exhale, tuck the tailbone down. Let that ripple up through your spine as your heart presses up towards the ceiling. And the chin drops towards the chest. Elbows are soft as you're pushing the earth away. And then coming from the tailbone again, slowly tilt the tailbone up and let the movement ripple up through the spine as you come up between the gate of your arms. And exhaling, tucking under. Chin to chest. Inhaling. Tailbone leads. Spine follows. We're trying to ride waves of breath here. On the next inhale, you're going to pause. Let's reach the right leg out behind, not 90 degrees, parallel to the floor. As you exhale, step the foot forwards between your hands. Walk your hands and foot forward. Let the hip drop low to the floor. Inhale as you reach your arms up high. And as you exhale, bring your hands and interlink them together. Take them to the back of your head. Open the elbows wide and look up. And breathe into your heart space. So the thing with opening up the chest like this is it can sometimes put pressure on the lower back. So really try to feel that you're lifting up out of the pelvis. You're getting height in the spine. You're not kind of just dropping down and lunging into the hips. Well done. Exhale, take your hands down. Stepping back. Hands to the floor. Now the left leg goes back. And as you exhale, bring the foot forward. Walk your hands and foot forward as you let your hips become heavy. Inhale, reach the arms up. Interlink fingers. Press palms to the back of the head. Push the head into the hands. Lift the heart high. And feel your breath. Inhale, arms come high again. Exhale, hands to the floor, stepping that foot back. And you're going to come to sitting for a moment. So this next pose is a really nice arm and shoulder stretch. We're going to come up onto our knees. Now I know for some of you being on your knees is incredibly uncomfortable, in which case just stay sitting in a comfortable position. You can always be cross-legged. But for those of you who can come up onto your knees, bring your right foot in front of you. And you're going to walk it across the body. And then you're going to slide it back so the knees cross. Now behind you, your feet are going to separate. I'm going to take my hands to the floor to help my feet separate. And you're going to come and sit down between the heels. So the knees are stacked one on top of the other. It's a bonkers pretzel-like pose. So like I say, you're welcome to sit cross-legged if you prefer. Inhale, bring your left arm up. As you exhale, bend the elbow, bring the palm between the shoulder blades. And then reach the right arm out to the side, take it back behind you. Bring your fingertips towards one another. Let the shoulders settle. Just check that the neck isn't accidentally taking any tension on. Check that the shoulders are loose and open. And then breathe into your heart. So possibly your back hand, your right hand is now pressing into the back of your heart. And if it is, then use that as a sort of anchor to key your awareness into your heart space as you breathe. And then releasing the arms. Give them a little shake, give the shoulders a little shake. Lean forwards, and we're going to unravel the legs. Coming back onto your knees. If you're sitting cross-legged, you might want to switch the position of the cross. So the more dominant one takes the less dominant role. You're going to take the left leg forward, walk it across, take it back so the knees cross, hands to the floor so you can separate the feet behind you, and then you're going to come to sitting between the heels. This pose is my absolute pet hate. So I'm being very brave sharing it with you. Bring the right arm up as you exhale. Take the hand between your shoulder blades and then bring your left arm up behind, walking your fingers towards one another, opening up through the chest. So again, you're trying to get this height through the spine. You're not just collapsing down into the pelvis. And notice it's probably very different from one side to the other. It usually is, or it may not be. Okay, and then releasing the arms, take a little shoulder circle, and we're going to come back, unraveling the legs, and coming back up onto your knees. Now again, if this is too uncomfortable on your knees, just come to sitting like this. You're going to bring your hands to the small of your back. Roll the shoulders away from your ears. Imagine a thread pulling your chest bone all the way up towards the ceiling, and then lifting your gaze up towards the ceiling as well. So this is very early in the morning for practice, so I wouldn't really advise coming into full camel pose, but this is a preparation for camel pose. You can start to slide your hands down the backs of your thighs if that feels good. And if you're sitting, you could always take your hands behind your back and draw the shoulder blades together and let the chest lead. So there's a million different ways, and your way is the best way. And the way that you know it's your way is that it feels good. That's always the compass. What's feeling good for you today? But we're just trying to create this openness here. And then exhale, sit back on the heels, reach your arms forward, creating openness at the back of the heart as you wrap your arms around your legs, coming into child's pose, forehead to the floor. then coming back up, you're going to make the pillow little structure that we did before so that we can lie down on our backs with our hearts super open. We're going to do a breath practice and a little relaxation for a few minutes. So lying down on your back, letting your shoulders open, or rather letting your shoulders draw in towards one another so that the front of your chest opens. Make sure your head feels supported. Have your knees bent, feet apart, knees together, and lay your arms out. Or you might want to take one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. We're going to take a Viloma breath. We'll do 5 rounds. So for this breath, you're going to inhale 3 times. The first time from your belly, the second time from your diaphragm, the third time from your chest. And then we're going to hold for a second and exhale the whole way out. Now, if you are pregnant or if you have epilepsy, then breath practices are not advisable. And if you don't find it comfortable, don't do it, okay? It's only there for those of you who find it a comfort and a nourishment, a resource. Okay, so one hand on tummy, one hand on heart. Breathe into your tummy space. Breathe into your diaphragm. Breathe into your collarbones. Hold with the lungs full. And exhale. Second time. Inhale from the tummy. Inhale from the diaphragm. Inhale from the chest. Hold with the lungs full. And exhale. Third time. Inhale from the tummy. Inhale from the diaphragm. Inhale from the chest. Hold with the lungs full to bursting. And exhale. Fourth time. Inhale from the tummy. Inhale from the diaphragm. Inhale from the heart. Hold. Exhale. Final round. Inhale from the tummy. Inhale from the solar plexus. Inhale and fill the heart. Hold. Exhale the whole way out. And lay your arms down. You can choose to straighten your legs or keep the knees bent. And you can say out loud or quietly to yourself in your mind's eye, you can say, I am loved. I love. I am love. Repeat it as many times as you like. I am loved. I love. I am love. And then when you're ready to come out, use your hands to guide you back up to sitting. You can, of course, stay there as long as you like. You're going to bring your hands to your heart center. And we close with the word Namaste, which for today we translate as the love inside of me sees the love inside of you. Namaste.